Ken, it's so great to get our asses out of those chairs and back up on the mountain.
Out of the lodge and in the mountains, kicking back from the official Kokanee Snowboarding Series vehicle.
Speaking of kicking back, let's get down on the hill.
Oh man, you got it, bro. You said ass. Scott's gonna kill you.
It's time to get it on.
The 1999 Kokanee Boardercross Grand Nationals from Mount Seymour, British Columbia are brought to you by Swatch. Time is what you make of it. O'Neill, it's always summer on the inside. BCTEL Mobility, be free. BCTEL Mobility. And by Kokanee, it's the beer out here.
Finally up on the mountain, Mark and Tim along with you once again, this time Mount Seymour, 30 minutes from downtown Vancouver. Here to kick off the Kokanee Boardercross Grand Nationals, where it all began.
A great competition coming down today on the women's side. Mayumi Fukuda, Sherry Newstead will be duking it out. A whole host of other female competitors could come through and take this one, though. On the men's side, it's going to be a doozy. We've got Ben Wainwright coming through, but the name of the day to watch, Drew Nielsen. Fresh back from the Winter X Games, silver medal performance there as well. The whole Players Posse's in the house. It's going to be a great men's contest.
Now, Tim, you've had a chance to rip up this course with a few of the pro riders. Why don't you take us through it right now?
The gate drops, 6 riders aside, busting it out. 2 rollers right off the top into a right-handed berm here. Nice corner, got to have your line, hole shot, all important. Coming back into a nice left-hander before this straightaway with the surprise drop. Get over that. A nice little kick here, and you're coming into 2 big step-ups. Got to have all your speed here. You get stuck on top. Rolling over step-up number 1, number 2, then carrying it into the Kokanee kicker. Style it out if you're feeling good. Bringing it on down here. Some terrain, pretty much a drag race at the bottom. Nice berm there. A couple gates over this last pyramid-type roller, and then into the whoops. Got to pump the legs and look hard for that finish line, baby. A world-class course and a world-class field here. Drew Nielsen, one of the top border crossers in the world. Let's see what he has to say.
Well, it's a little slow to start, but my wax is pretty good. You make 2 turns, and then it's a drag race. It just point it and suck everything up like a spring.
All right, a quick look at our highlights now. Drew Nielsen is the man to watch in heat number 1 with the pink leg band coming out of the start gate first.
One of the things that makes Drew one of the world's best is his lack of fear and penchant for speed. He likes to run out front and huck big over all terrain in his path.
Heat number 2, we're picking it up into our first corner. Omar Lundy and, of course, Andrew Murphy, our 2 Players riders, are the guys to watch.
All the Players guys will be riding strong in this contest.
There's another one now in the red jersey, Jeff Ihaski, with the big lead in heat number 4. Picking it up, heat number 5. Friesen taking the lead right out of the start gates.
Zowie on his stern, but it's Mark Toaster Torley getting knocked into the second chance qualifier round.
You were way ahead. We said you were way ahead.
Heat number 7 now, picking it up over the Kokanee kicker. That's Jason Moore in the lead. Cowton in second.
Brett Tippy coming hard on the outside and charging on the race board.
The hard booter, heat number 8. Corey Mitchell with the lead, but Mark Scholes, the American, taking over, coming into the first step up.
Little speed check there, cost Mitchell.
Mark Scholes comes in to win it. Moving on to heat 10, the first of our last chance qualifiers.
Of course, from the heats, top 2 move on through to the next round. If not, you go to the last chance qualifiers. You have to win that round. Right here, Andrew Murphy bringing it on home. Murphy takes the high line, gets out of the 3-car pile-up, and he's moving on.
The last race, same thing happened. We all hit each other. That guy grabbed me from behind and pulled me back. Tried it again this time, but he got the elbow.
Picking it up, the LCQ round, heat number 13. That's Torley in the lead with the pink leg band, Toaster as we like to call him, on the Canadian Boardercross circuits.
Relegated to the last chance qualifier round, but Torley puts together the kind of run he needs. Looking good.
Oh, and a couple of crashes. That's Fenneman and Shields going down on the Kokanee kicker. We'll be back with our women's quarterfinals after this. This part of the show brought to you by Mantra Eyewear, optical ideology. Back up at Mount Seymour, British Columbia for the Kokanee Boardercross Grand Nationals. Getting ready to check into the RV with one of the top Boardercross riders Canada has to offer, Martin Galland from Montreal. Getting up close and personal.
Damn, you're strong.
I've been hanging out for 15 years in the snow, so I'm getting pretty airy. Every winter I get new air growing up from being cold and sitting on cold chair, and so I'm getting sick of all that hair. I just got up there, right there, where that cliff is, and I had a close call. I jumped the thing and the snow was a little bouncy. I just like my board hook on 2 trees and I saw the bottom. I lost my beanie and everything.
20.
I don't like driving too much, so you just park it there, you know, at the bar where the party tonight. I'm gonna be right there, crubbling distance. You grab her. You set her to the right position in the middle of the room. And she's my girlfriend. She's about this big and she's orange, and I lay on it every morning and every night after riding. She's beautiful. She just got a big orange booty. So now I've been surfing every summer. That's my new thing. Another few years of snowboarding, and I'm retirement on the beach with a fishing rod and a surfboard. That's it. I love surfing twice as much than snowboarding right now.
Back up for our last chance qualifier. Martin Galland in the white, racing in the LCQ because, well, he was hanging in the RV when his first race was supposed to take part.
And here we go, a little chaos off the top. Gallant's getting nudged right there, tight in the first corner, and he's back in third already. The Frenchman's got his work cut out for him.
It's Yannick Lemaire in the yellow in first place. Second to him, it looks like Martin Galland.
Lemaire looking solid up front. And bringing it on home. Gallant's charging, but will he have enough?
No, he won't. It's Yannick Lemaire from Saint-Julie, Quebec, winning the round here in the LCQs, and so Martin Galland is knocked out at our first stop.
Bird's eye view of corner number 1 here. Boardercross, a cross between roller derby and motocross. Yannick Lemaire might be golden in the last LCQ, but he's not the only rider getting his colors today.
With 6 riders on the course at a time, it's very difficult to follow Boardercross, but we've simplified it for you.
Yeah, you're right there, Mark. Big pileups, very tough to follow the bib numbers, so we've color-coded the riders for your viewing pleasure. These bands going around the riders' legs will correspond with the color blocks on your screen, make it easy for everyone to watch and follow the event.
But first, some highlights from our early women's heats. Straight up, you can see the colors on their front legs. Barnes with the yellow, she goes down. It's Kahn in the blue taking the lead, Elnerson in the red. And of course, Mayumi Fukuda with the pink.
Fukuda, a real world-class talent in this field on the inside, carrying good speed and playing it safe.
That was Kahn, I believe, that went down on the first setup, and so Mayumi Fukuda takes the lead and the win in heat number 1. Heat number 2 coming around the second corner. Williams in the lead with the green, Desoleil in the white. In second spot, Allison Clark and Slade close behind.
Of course, strategy, everything in Boardercross. Your line's got to be all important, and if you're Desoleil right there, landing your airs are pretty important too.
Desoleil goes down at the step-ups, allowing Allison Clark to take the lead and coast into the finish.
Anytime you're dealing with big terrain and high speed, you have to be extremely cautious. Every rider's got their own speed threshold when they're dealing with big bumps and whoops and kickers. If you don't judge that speed correctly, check it if you need to. You'll overshoot your landing, not get it down right, go off balance in the air. This can be the result. No fun at all, and we know what the old neck and back feel like after a crash like that.
So Desolé will have to go on to our LCQ round to try and make it back into the hunt. Women's heat number 3 now. You can look for Carly Baker with the pink, taking the outside line.
We see that crucial importance of the hole shot. If you can get out of the traffic and ride out front with confidence, maintaining your speed, all you have to do is pump it through the whoops at the bottom, and you're moving on.
Lindsay Young in second spot after that heat. Heat number 4 now, picking it up just before the first corner. That's Hashik from Burnaby, taking the inside line and the lead.
A couple of our top performers on her heels, though. Annie Belanger and, of course, Sherry Newstead right there.
She has the pink leg band, and Sherry moves into second after Hashik and Belanger ran into each other at that step up.
Newstead gets a nice break, and that's part of the game. You got to be on it and focused. Anybody can go down around you, and you can move up in no time at all.
Neck and neck, that's Newstead and Olofsson. Close at the finish, Newstead in the top spots.
One down.
Here's our women's LCQ rounds now. Heat number 5, picking it up right out of the start gate. In the lead, coming around the first corner, is Kendall Barnes with the yellow leg band. Right behind her is Catherine Durazio.
We see the difference in lines riders are choosing. This is another integral part of Boardercross racing. With all the gates and terrain, you got to stick your line and maintain your speed through it.
Heat number 6 now, picking it up. That's Williams in the lead. Desolé, who we saw crash in heat number 2, in the white in second spot, and almost taking the lead on that step up.
Great battle on hand here. We saw both riders check their speed coming in there. Desolé on the throttle a little bit more, allowed her to take the lead.
And she takes it and moves on to her semifinal. Heat 7 now. Sarah Fennell, they like to call her Shrimpy, in the pink, coming around in the lead.
Of course, if it comes to LCQ, that means you got to win to move on. Second place is not good enough. Fennell right here, letting the board run.
And so Sarah Fennell coming into the step-ups, maintaining that lead. And if she can hold on, which she does, moves on to the semifinals. A little wave from Mayumi Fukuda, getting a bit of a massage, a much-needed massage after these hardcore races. Our last women's LCQ round now, heat number 8. Picking it up from the start, coming down into that first corner. And it looks like Annie Belanger and Starr are... Oh, what happened there, Tim?
An integral part of Boardercross strategy right there, displayed by all sugar and spice Annie Belanger. The butt check, crucial in the corner, close to your competition. Using that derriere, you can take your competition out and glide on through.
So Annie Belanger from Montreal crosses the finish line and moves on to the semifinals from the back door, the LCQ rounds.
A great look at corner number 1 and just how tight the action can get. There's going to be a little bit of contact when it gets this close.
We talked to Annie Belanger right after the race.
Some girl bailed after the first run, but so I just passed her and just bombed the whole way.
Getting set, getting ready. We've got lots more races to come from Mount Seymour, British Columbia, here on the Kokanee Grand Nationals. And today's race brought to you in part by Motorwork. Back with us on the top of Mount Seymour, British Columbia, just outside of Vancouver for the Kokanee Boardercross Grand National Kickoff, 1999. Getting set for our men's quarterfinal now. What a matchup we've got in this one. Drew Nielsen, of course, the man we're all looking for, but a couple of the Pro Players team members in this one as well.
Omar Lundy, Andrew Murphy also here. They're in the red jerseys right up front with Drew Nielsen. He's pretty in pink, but badass in Boardercross. Watch out for Drew. cutting the outside line on that red gate.
Andrew Murphy currently in the lead in the red. Right behind him is, of course, Drew Nielsen coming up from behind and taking over the lead on the first setup.
What a rocket ship Drew Nielsen is today. This guy has no fear at all and loves the speed. He's way out front, and this is why he's one of the best in the world.
I don't know, Tim, but it doesn't look like he's checking much speed coming into those step-ups, and that's maybe where he's winning these races.
You hook horns with guys like Sean Palmer throughout the Swatch World Boardercross Tour, and you got to learn to stomp on the gas. Drew can do that at any given time.
Second and third in this one are the Players team members, Murph and Omar Lundy.
This one. Thank you.
We'll get a look here at just how lanes are selected. Starting position across the gate. A little poker hand, draw your card. You take your chances.
Our next quarterfinal matchup has Jeff Iaski, the man we want to look for in this one. He'll be wearing the green. But of course, Ben Wainwright in the pink as well. In the pink, it looks like Wainwright is out in the lead. Next to him, Spotzel and Iaski.
Iaski moving up into second there. Wainwright and Iaski both dominating strongly at the Whistler World Cup this season. Two of the top Boardercross riders in the world. And looking great in the air here. These guys both have solid form, unlike some of that carnage we saw behind.
And it looks like Iaski takes over the lead from Ben Wainwright coming over that last jump.
Iaski shows what it takes coming through the finish here. Got to pump the legs hard through the whoops, really work the quads to bring it on through the finish. Racing isn't easy, but my man Mark found out gearing up for Boardercross isn't the easiest thing in the world either.
All right, Ben, you're all dolled up in the armor. Explain what you got going on here, man.
What do you mean? That's muscle. No, I got a full armor up here. I got elbow pads. I got an armadillo back, helmet. I wouldn't Boardercross without it.
All right, hanging with my man Ollie at the Free Fall Gear tent. He's going to explain the newest deal in armor, the spine protector.
You got a really stiff line in the middle that will form to your body once you put it in hot water. It's a high density foam to give you extra protection on hard impact. We have a little impact test here for you. You ready for it? Now we're going to show you right here.
Harder, 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 harder!
How's that?
Not bad, not bad. I think I could deal with that. All right, thanks, man.
You're welcome.
All right, you're all set up in the motocross gear. Tell me about it.
Boardercross, motocross, all the same thing. It's full out craziness. You need some indestructible pants, clothing. You know, some guy's gonna run over your head sometimes. You need the big helmet.
Now, I noticed you're not wearing any armor, not afraid of the pain.
Pain's part of the game.
Okay, what's the key with this board to get it down the hill quicker?
Well, since it's a long board, it should help me out, give me some advantage pulling out of the gates and being able to pump the rollers.
You're probably one of the only guys here on a hard boot setup today. Explain why and what the advantage is for you.
Yeah, it's a little bit narrow. It's not quite as stable in the jumps because you're a little squirrely, water ski style, but you can sure rail the corners and pick up a lot of speed. And I got my old Burton board here, sharpened up, razor sharp, 87 degrees, peels off fingernails and carves ice like a demon. Careful, you don't want to be doing this. And yeah, hopefully it takes another photo and have some cocaine drinking money.
Gotta love our man Tippy. All right, back with our men's heat number 19. As you can see, there's colors on the side of your screen. Torley is the man on the Players Pro team. Toaster, as we say. Out of the start gate down into turn number 1. And it looks like Brandon Mead in the green is out in front.
Brandon Mead gets the nice hole shot, establishes a lead. The key for him now is not to check speed while he's out front, allowing people to pass. Got to check his shoulder there, but carry all his speed.
Coming up in behind him is Mark Friesen in the pink. Dave Shaw in the red. Someone went down back there, though.
Big auger, but that's not affecting these guys running up front. Mead in the lead, Friesen in the pink, riding real well right on Mead's tail.
And that's the way it stays, coming down into our whoops.
Pumping the legs hard is Brandon Mead, bringing it across the line with some authority. He looked good from top to tail.
Mark Friesen in second, Dave Shaw in third. Next heat, the man you want to look for is Jason Moore in the pink.
Let's not forget, sporting yellow, Brett Tippy on that carve setup. You know he'll be gliding.
Coming down into turn number 1. Oh, it looks like Yannick Lemaire goes down hard.
Gets caught up on his toe edge and just face plants it. Big stack, Yannick Lemaire off the back today.
Carl Cowton catching up with Jason Moore. This is a neck-and-neck race.
We'll see both these guys right here, though, tucking super low, trying to carry all their speed across the flats towards the finish.
Right now, it's Moore in the lead. Coming down into our whoops. Right behind him, Carl Cowton.
Great battle on hand. Brett Tippy fighting it out for that third qualification position here. Tight through the bumps.
It's a race for third, but Tippy comes across the line first. Jason Moore wins it all. Carl Cowton in second spot.
Here's a look at Yannick Lemaire hauling big speed into that roller, but catching the toe edge and eating it. Ouch.
Ouch, indeed. Another guy who's eating it right now or having some problems eating, Ben Wainwright. We are down to our semifinals. Make sure you come back and watch all the action. This portion of the show brought to you by New Sport Health and Fitness.
First gate, and you cut in.
I felt you tap.
I went, oh no, and I had nowhere to go, so I stopped.
And I felt you tap. Buddy wasn't leaving me any room.
Yeah, I know.
None. I would have had to T-bone him.
I was going right at
So a little insight on what goes on behind the scenes, a little strategy session with the Players Pro team, getting ready for our semifinals. They're the women you want to look for. The colors on the right side of your screen. Mayumi Fukuda, of course, standing out, along with Allison Clark. What are they thinking going into this race? This is the semifinals. It comes down to this, Tim.
All mental focus in the gate. You know it's going to be nasty in those first couple corners. All you want's the hole shot.
And it doesn't look like anyone has it. It's very tight coming into the first corner. And a couple people go down. That's Clark and Fukuda, the two people that we said to watch.
Goes to prove you want to get that hole shot and get out in front of the traffic. Right there, it cost Fukuda and Clark a shot at the finals.
Dana DeSoleil in first right now. Natasha Kahn in second, and Leanne Slade in third.
Dana DeSoleil looking very strong out front. Faced, of course, with the challenge now of keeping it together mentally and running a clean race to the bottom.
That's Leanne Slade in second spot now, but our leader with a bit of problem.
DeSoleil lays it down, spins around, and it's going to cost her big time.
She drops to third spot, and so Leanne Slade from Cyprus and Natasha Kahn from North Vancouver move into 1-2.
Dana DeSoleil proves that you got to keep concentration throughout or it'll cost you. She winds up in third. Up at the top of the course, we catch up with Sherry Newstead, the woman they call Punchy, before her semifinal.
They call me Punchy because I have an anger management problem. And if the Incredible Hulk were 5 feet tall and blonde, it would be kind of the same thing. I am, yes, the small charging bull. In fact, that's one of my favorite pastimes, is scaring male counterparts. She gets better treatment than any boyfriend I've ever had, I'll tell you. Totally a girl and her dog. I'm so stoked on life right now. I don't have any weird commitments of any kind. Hey, I'm not desperate, man. Most guys don't really know how to deal with girls who aren't afraid and quiver and, you know, are scared by them. It's unnerving, I think. Well, I'm in heavy training for the midget mud wrestling Olympics right now, so I feel it's very important that I have good overall body strength and, you know, big pipes. So some of the boys have been asking me, Sherry, how do we get inside your pants? And I said, well, guys, you just got to buy my signature underwear from Combi. See? The things I do for television, I don't know. Okay, you gotta make this fast.
Then set up a perfect number of cameras and everything we got.
Well, I think we've seen more from Sherry than ever before on television. You can look for her in the green in our women's semifinal match. Of course, Carly Baker in the pink.
Well, let's not forget Annie Boulanger on the red course. The French woman's been flying as well.
Coming out of the start gate, here we go. Coming into the first corner, it looks like Sherry's got a bit of a lead.
It's a good pack of riders, all of them are pretty
And Annie Boulanger and Carly Baker in 2-3.
Great battle here. Sherry Newstead, a Boardercross veteran. Annie Boulanger with the big pass on the inside. Her first ever Boardercross. She is smoking out there.
She's now in first. Baker in second. Newstead drops to third.
A little board grab there over the roller. That helps you keep your balance in the air. Ever important when you're dealing with this many people on a course.
It's going to be a tight race for third. I think we've got it all set out for first and second. Annie Boulanger. Oh, but Sherry goes down for third spot, back in the whoops. And so Boulanger's in first, Baker in second, and Young in third.
We were pretty much neck and neck. I pulled out in front, and then there was a spot in the course where, you know, I made a little bit of an error. I lost some speed, and a couple girls passed me, and then I was in behind them, and then I was neck and neck in the rollers with one of the girls, and then I went down, and that was it.
Still having fun out there, though?
Oh, yeah. It's Boardercross, you know. You throw fate to the wind.
A look at Mayumi Fukuda contemplating on how she might win the consolation final now that she's out of the final. Speaking of which, Leanne Slade, Annie Boulanger are semifinal winners, moving on to the final. And speaking of semis, we've still got the men to come, so don't go anywhere. This portion of the show brought to you by Powder. Straight back up on the Kokanee Boardercross Grand National Kickoff from Mount Seymour, British Columbia. And into our men's semifinal matchup. And what a great matchup we've got in this one.
Top to bottom, Myhaski, Murphy, Lundy, Nielsen, Wainwright, Doiron. What a field.
An amazing field. Who can you look for? Well, any one of these guys could pull it out. Drew Nielsen, though, the man to beat.
Yeah, Ben Wainwright, Myhaski have also had good World Cup results this year. A fantastic field. Drew Nielsen, though, our favorite off the top.
Waiting in the start gate, and they are off. And it's a tight one. You've got all the players, riders all bunched up on the left side. But in the lead, it's Wainwright out in front.
Ben getting the nice hole shot there, riding out front. You know he's thinking about Drew Nielsen. Where's Drew? Where's Drew? Trying to get a sense for it. You know he's bringing it on.
Wainwright still in the lead, but Drew right with them. And Drew Nielsen takes the lead over the step up.
Ben threw a little speed check in. It cost him. Drew passed him fast, flew big over the Kokanee kicker there, bringing it home speedy and stylish.
And so out in front, Drew Nielsen maintains that lead and lengthens it. Second to him, Ben Wainwright, and back in third, Jeff Myhaski coming across the line.
World-class field here today, and a world-class run by Drew Nielsen. Ben Wainwright checks his speed at step up number one. Drew rolls on through. Great view of the start here. We see Wainwright getting that hole shot, leading the field into that first gate and coming out in front. Absolutely crucial.
Got an okay start. Drew gave me a little push, gave me the edge into the hole shot, and then I saw that we had a pretty decent lead, so took it easy and made sure I crossed the line.
Because our boards were colliding, and I didn't want to go down on my face, and him either, I'm pretty sure, so.
Who will they face in the final? Well, here's your lineup for the other semifinal matchup. Brett Tippy, the hard booter, but Jason Moore, the man to watch in the green. And here's a look at the guys looking pretty intense in the start gate right now.
Focus everything. Brandon Mead all motoed out. Tippy with his bike helmet on. Jason Moore looking straight ahead. Great field.
getting ready for the starts. Here they go. This is for a ticket to the finals. And they're off. Who gets the whole shot? Looks like coming on the inside, Mark Friesen in the yellow, but right next to him, Jason Moore.
Jason Moore gives him a little shove there. He moves out front. People stumbling behind. Game over for those lads.
That was Carl Cowton falling back, way back there. Friesen has the lead. Moore's second, but it's close.
Brett Tippy keeping these guys in check too. Keep in mind, top three moving through to the final.
Jason Moore taking over the lead right now over Friesen.
Jason Moore riding very well, carrying good air.
And
living large over the Kokanee kicker.
Coming into the whoops and across the finish line. Moore wins it. Friesen ends up in second. And Tippy pulling it out for third. So there's a look at your men's final. Our winners, Jason Moore and Drew Nielsen, the ones to beat. From Boardercross to backcountry, that's what Seymour is all about.
Definitely not a flat place to come ride. There's just so much place to build jumps. You can start small and go to the hugest jumps you've ever seen.
It's great. It's the first time I've been here in Mount Seymour, and it's unbelievable. It's Booterland. That's why all these Seymour kids are so good.
Seymour kids are basically a group of tight friends that grew up snowboarding here together. Basically, the mountain says that we kind of made this all happen. For the past 3 years, they've given us free passes and stuff, letting us go out of bounds as long as we tell the ski patrol.
And this is what Seymour's all about. Natural terrain, good booters, and the view of the city that is unmatched anywhere. That on top of a new ISF in-ground halfpipe and a wicked terrain park.
Without a developed base area and the doubles and a lot of hiking terrain, how does that add to the ambiance?
Well, it means that people that are, you know, up where they are kind of deserve to be where they are because they've put in the work to get there. You know, they haven't taken a super high-speed express to get themselves up, you know.
Usually we get a lot of good snow. Right now we have a bigger base than Whistler Blackcomb. So lots of good snow and the terrain. Easily accessible, maybe too easy with all the people back here today.
Well, the backcountry terrain is perfect. It's bang on. It's all rolly, it's all natural. Hopefully we won't see a lift up here anytime soon, and we keep that terrain to ourselves.
Oh boy, insane powder. And with something like this, it's amazing. Mount Seymour rules. I'm gonna be back here very soon. Yeah? Yeah.
We've still got the finals to come here at Kokanee Boardercross, and if you like the sport, check out the Boardercross International Snowboard Academy Summer Camp.
It doesn't hurt.
Okay.
I'm taking a lot of Tylenol for my shoulders. It must work on the chin.
Looks like I had some rib dinner for lunch. It was good fun. I had a wicked time. It's great, guys. Kokanee kicks ass.
Some thrills and spills for you here at Mount Seymour. Here's a look at our consolation final, and this is where all the big names ended up.
We expected to see Fukuda and Newstead in the final, but they'll be here duking it out in our consolation today.
Here we go, out of the start gate first. It's pretty tight coming into the first turn. But out of the start, it's Fennel with the lead.
Durazio and Olofsson lay it down in the back of the pack. They're crashing out. The race is on up front.
Newstead way back, Fennel out in front. Fukuda in second spot right now. Clark in third.
Fukuda back in third. Clark's moved into second. A great battle on hand here. Sarah Fennel riding very strong out front. Carrying the nice big air over Kokanee Kickerland.
They're all spread out. It doesn't look like this is going to change. Coming down over the pyramid into our whoops, it will be Fennel, Clark, and Fukuda coming across the finish line. Fukuda knocking herself as she comes across the finish line there.
The consolation final determining places 7 through 12. Mayumi Fukuda expected to do a little bit better. She'll be 9th overall.
Yeah, I got through 2 girls and I was out. Happy with 7th. Just want some money, but oh well.
So these kids just getting ready for our women's final still to come. Who will determine our Grand National winner at stop number 1? Who to look for? Well, Dana DeSoleil, after that crash in the first round, coming back and winning the races.
Great comeback for DeSoleil. Annie Belanger, another one to look for in this competition. She had to come back through the LCQ. Been doing a lot of free riding up at Whistler this year with her Quebec compatriots. Really paid off in her riding, and she's on her Boardercross game right now.
And then, of course, Carly Baker with her quarterfinal run and coming in semifinal, so she's bound to improve here today. Straight out of the start gate, DeSoleil looking for a move on the inside.
It's a tight battle. Oh, Kahn and Young go down in the back. 4 women up front racing for it.
So out of the corner, it's DeSoleil in the lead, followed by Baker, Belanger, and Slade.
Some big speed checks there through the middle of the course. And here we got our first move. Annie Belanger moving up.
So Belanger in the lead with Baker in second, DeSoleil in third, coming into the Kokanee Kicker.
A nice little indie grab there over the Kokanee Kicker for Annie Belanger. Helps her keep her balance in the air. Keeping the balance on the ground as well. She's running well out front.
But Baker is challenging her for the lead, coming down into the whoops. This one's going to be close. They're pushing it across the finish line, and Belanger holds on to the lead and the win here at Mount Seymour.
A little boogie, a little get down. A great run for Annie Belanger. Came through in the Kokanee Kicker, no speed check. Blew by the competition. We got a great view here of her down at the bottom of the course, sucking up some terrain, keeping her balance, and from here it's just pyramid and whoops.
Obviously, this is a pretty big win for you. Tell me what you think about winning the first Kokanee of the season.
Oh, it's so much fun. It's my first Boardercross, so I'm stoked. I'm happy. And just cash the money and go to a hotel and party tonight.
Right on. So more Boardercross in the plans for the rest of the year, I guess, eh?
Oh, yeah, sure. It's fun.
Hey, used to winning the big air events, pulling off the win here in her first Boardercross at Mount Seymour. We'll be back with the men's final, some great racing to come. And don't forget, go kick it back, getting ready to finish off our Kokanee Boardercross Grand National kickoff from Mount Seymour, British Columbia.
Men's consolation final, 12th till 7th place. Number 1, white, 2, yellow.
And here's how it looks. White is Carl Cowton, yellow, Omar Lundy, and Andrew Murphy, another member of the Players team, in there as well. Straight out of the start gate from the start. It looks like Cowton's in the lead in the white.
Cowton's got that nice hole shot around that first gate. He's looking good. Omar Lundy right on his tail, though.
Omar Lundy in second place in the yellow. Over the step-ups. Cowton maintaining that lead.
A huge speed check there by Cowton up front. Omar right on his tail. A good battle up front. Let's see who's got the gas.
into the Kokanee kicker. It is Carl Cowton maintaining that lead, but second spot is between Lundy and Dwyron.
Dwyron for sure. Omar Lundy looking good. He's fighting it out with Dwyron, but up front, Craig Cowton comes through.
He crosses the finish line first, Omar Lundy in second, and Dwyron ends up with the bronze in the consolation final. As a result, they will end up in 7th, 8th, and 9th here today.
We get a great view of them pumping the legs.
Man, it was hectic. Needed to do it. Too bad I couldn't do it last race. Oh,
pretty tight off the top?
Yeah, it was close for all of us. And then, I don't know, I didn't look back.
Yeah.
Just looked forward and raced.
What a matchup ahead for our finals. We've got, of course, Brett Tippie, our hard booter.
Kamloops mountain bike special.
One of the top guys in the world, Drew Nielsen.
The heir apparent to Sean Palmer in the Boardercross world.
And then, of course, Jason Moore, the man who's been pulling out wins here all day long.
Likes a whole shot, speedy guy.
Mark Friesen, the guy who's been coming from behind and ends up in our finals.
Not afraid to stomp on that gas, and neither's this guy.
Ben Wainwright, Armor Man. And, of course, Jeff Ihaske.
4th at the Whistler World Cup and raring to go.
Here they go. Who will get the hole shot straight out of the start gate? It looks like Jason Moore gets the lead. But in behind, that's Wainwright going down. Jason Moore with the lead.
Oh, and Brett Tippie's down in the back, too. It looks like Jason Moore is running fast up front. Jeff Ihaske puts the pass on him, though.
Coming down across these step-ups, and Drew Nielsen turning it on.
Drew Nielsen, 2 huge step-ups in a row. Mocking over the Kokanee kicker, taking a look back, and he's got finish line in mind now.
Second spot belongs to Jeff Ihaske. Jason Moore in behind him.
Drew Nielsen, all the story here. This guy pumps it, rides it, and can mock down a Boardercross course.
Friesen challenging Moore for third, but it'll end up with Drew Nielsen finishing it off in top spot, Jeff Ihaske in second, and Jason Moore in third. And here's the big pass.
We see Ihaske and Moore put on the brakes. Drew Nielsen on the outside, stops on the gas and blows by him. Step up 1-2, Kokanee kicker. Drew's the man. Tell me about the pass. What were you thinking then?
I was pretty scared because I saw Jason put a speed check on. Didn't know how far to the right he was coming and how much room I was going to have. And I just pointed it and kind of crossed my fingers, but I saw where he was going and I just made the move, and then I didn't make any mistakes.
So a great day for Drew Nielsen with the come from behind win here at Mount Seymour to kick off our Kokanee Boardercross Grand National Tour with a big check for $22.50 Canadian.
So there you have it, a great day overall here to kick off the Kokanee Boardercross Grand Nationals. Let's talk about the women first. Annie Belanger from Quebec pulling off the surprise win.
Yeah, a great win for Annie Belanger. Comes through large in the first Kokanee cross of the season. A great win for her.
And Drew Nielsen, not a big surprise. We were expecting him to pull it off.
This guy's a rocket ship. Big pass on the home stretch for the win in a great field. An unbelievable men's competition today. Drew is showing why he's established himself as one of the top Boardercrossers in the world.
The next Boardercross stop for us will be Sunshine. That's the second of the 4 events. We'll see you then.
Ah! 1999 Kokanee Boardercross Grand Nationals from Mount Seymour, British Columbia have been brought to you by Swatch. Time is what you make of it. O'Neill, it's always summer on the inside. BC Tel Mobility, be free. BC Tel Mobility. And by Kokanee, it's the beer out here.